house. I do still see like the area that looks like the outside of the house. And she has a big brown, kind of like a dresser, like a wardrobe dresser, and then there's the master bathroom. In the master bathroom, it's very pearly white. Everything is very white and angelic feeling in the bathroom. She has a big jacuzzi tub, big mirrors on top of the counters, and she has a separate shower.
Do you see any photographs?
I see a photograph, the same photograph she has in her room now. It's a black woman, and she's wearing purple, and she's holding a cross. Now this room, it feels like home. It doesn't feel cold. It feels safe in here.
Why do you think that one feels so different from the rest of the house?
Because it's my mother's room.
What does that mean to you?
Meaning she's protecting me.
Okay. With warmth, with love.
Yes.
And in her presence, you're not empty, you're not dark.
Yes.
And things are balanced, right?
Yes.
Wonderful. Is there anything else that we need to know about that scene?
Well, there is a dog bed in there. It's right at the foot of her bed. And I see the dog. It's like he just came in the room.
The dog?
Yeah, her dog. It's like he just came in, and he's standing in the doorway, and he's just kind of looking at me.
Talk to him. You can understand everything he's got to say now. He has a message. What does he want to say?
So I'm bending down, and I'm petting him, and I feel like he's saying I love you. He's saying my mom loves me. And that's all I'm really getting. He wants me to keep petting him.
Ask him if there's anything important that you need to see in the house right now.
I'm not visualizing him communicating, but when I asked, I got a feeling saying that I need to investigate that couch area that I told you about.
Let's do that.
So I'm walking back there. So I'm walking out of the room. I'm walking down the stairs. So I'm back downstairs, and I feel like I'm getting more relaxed in the house. It doesn't feel as cold as it felt when I first walked in. I feel more comfortable. And so now I see the chair, the sofas as red leather sofas. So they're red leather sofas, and it's two sofas, it looks like, and they're on opposite sides, but they're made in a circle, like they face each other. So both the couches face each other, and there's just a little space where you could walk in and sit on the couch. But it's just a big circle, and in the floor, there's a circle under the couch. There's two circles. So it looks like it almost indents down a little bit. So when you go into the circle, it's almost like a tiny step down. And so it's like 3 tiny steps down when you go into the circle. And I'm seeing like a round table in the middle, but I'm not seeing what's on it. It seems like it may be just an empty round table.
What's here to investigate? The setting itself?
I'm getting that feeling. I can't put my hands on what it is, but I'm getting the feeling that there's some symbolism with the red and the circle, and the fact that it seems like that area was created specifically to look like that. So it seems like whatever is done there, whatever was done there, that area was specifically created for it to be done there. Someone made this like this.
If you like, you can walk over and sit on the couch and absorb all of that information. You'll know instantly who created it and why.
So when I sit on the couch, it's almost like a hologram popped up, and it's hologram, it's square. It's a large square. It looks like a hologram. It looks like some type of futuristic technology. And it's spinning in a circle. The hologram is like, it's spinning in a circle.
Is there a play button?
So I can see that there's stuff on the hologram. I can't quite make out what it is, but it seems like I can touch it. So I touched one corner, so it looks like it was divided into there were 4 different like corners in the hologram that I could touch. Mm-hmm. And it was still going in a circle, so I touched the top right square. And it looks like someone came up on the screen.
Can you describe that someone?
I'm getting the feel that it's a older white man. He has gray hair. He has really long beard. He almost looks like Santa Claus to me.
Okay.
So he's looking at me and he's moving his lips. It looks like he's speaking, but I can't hear him.
We can turn up the volume to whatever is comfortable for you. Let his words and his message come through you now with great clarity.
So when I turned up the volume, I heard welcome.
Beautiful.
I immediately heard welcome. It seems like he's just looking at me now.
Just repeat what he says word for word. Just let him know you're ready for the message.
I felt, are you ready for this? I felt that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm having a hard time really connecting with him and hearing him clearly. It feels like he's talking, but I can't hear him. But I'm getting like just quick bursts like of what he's saying, but I don't feel like it doesn't feel like a conversation where I can really hear him. It feels like he's muted at certain times, but then certain things just pop out, like when he said, "Are you ready for this?"
And so tune your frequency to the frequency he's transmitting on. Just tune your frequency until what he has to say is nice and clear. And deliver his message word for word.
He said, "I put you here for a reason. I hear I love you. I hear you're not alone. I'm starting to feel emotion. It's coming intense."
Good. That means you're connected. That's wonderful.
I feel gratitude. I feel loved. I'm still trying to listen to him.
Mm-hmm.
So there was like a red X that popped up on the screen, like, and I heard like and a red X popped up, and it's like I'm really trying to get him back, and it's like the X and him are competing. They're fighting. They're fighting over the hologram. So I'm trying so hard to focus on him, but this X keeps popping up. It's like a big red X just going over the hologram.
And just tell the universe you want an uninterrupted message.
He popped out. He's in front of me.
And what does he have to say?
I stood up and he's looking at me almost like he's admiring his child. And I'm looking up at him. It feels like a father figure. He feels like a father figure, and I'm just looking up at him, and I'm like, I'm just so happy to see him. I just feel so happy. I feel like overwhelmed with happiness, and so he hugged me, and he's patting my head, and he's saying, "You're going to be okay." And it seems like he wants me to follow him somewhere.
You can follow him.
So I'm following him, and he brought me back to the tree that I saw in the beginning.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful tree.
So it's like we walked out of the house. So we're walking out of the house, and we just walked right back to the area where the tree was. So now we're walking in the grass, and so we're approaching the tree, and so now we're sitting in the tree, and he's sitting next to me, and he has a book in his hand, and it's like he's reading me a book. I feel like it feels like my father reading me a bedtime story. So we're both sitting on the tree, and the tree is so pretty. It's like I can see the frequencies. I can see all the frequencies like around the tree. It's like all these letters moving around, and it just feels magical. I can see. And I also see lights around the tree, almost like Christmas lights, like ornaments. like all around the tree. And so we're sitting here, and the book he has, it looks like a big book. Like it's a big book. It's not like a regular size book. It looks like a big book, but it's not a very lengthy looking book. But it's a big book, and he's reading to me, but I'm not hearing what he's saying.
It's okay. Just take a deep breath and tune into him. And you can ask him, Dad, what happened?
I heard you were lied to.
Ask for more. So please explain.
He put his arm around me he's he put his arm on my shoulder, like he's rubbing my shoulder, like he's consoling me, like it's okay. It's okay.
It's okay. You want to understand what he's talking about.
I can't hear him. I just still feel you were lied to.
And you can ask him, give me details. Please explain.
Your mother, I heard that. Your mother.
Okay. Be open to the information that he's giving you.
I also heard your father. Your loved one.
Ask him, what about my mother?
She loves you. It feels like I'm struggling to connect with him.
You can take a deep breath. There's no struggle here. Only frequency. Just match his frequency.
So I see it's like all these letters around us, and
When you say letters, do you mean like written
it's
letters or ABC individual letters?
A is really standing out to me. I see C, I see E, but it's like I see G, but it's like all these letters are moving around, almost like they're just all jumbled, just moving around. They're all like, it's almost like the letters are the frequencies.
Mm-hmm.
And when I was trying to get on his frequency, I saw an A coming out of his head and going into my head. So there's like, kind of like the way the letters are jumbled up, and I see numbers too. I just saw 1. The numbers or the letters are jumbled up, so that's the way it's coming. It's like the A's are running from his head to my head, and they're recurring A's.
That's telepathy. And I think it's an ah. So stop struggling with your ears and let the message gently flow from his awareness into your own awareness.
Seeing blue. There's like a cube that showed up, It seems like it's on my head now. It seems like my head is inside the cube now. So my head is a cube.
Okay.
And I see blue, so I think it's a blue cube.
It's like electric sides. Are the sides lit up?
Yes, it's like, it's almost like there's, almost like UV, like on both sides of my face. It's almost like there's like two lines of UV rays, like kind of like on the side of my head, and I'm not scared, but it feels weird because it's like my head is in the cube. So the cube is covering my head is in the cube. I'm still sitting on the tree, and he's still there. But those two lights, it's like two strips of lights, almost like how like the decorative lights are, like the Christmas tree lights. It's like two strips of light on each side, and it's blue.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not really figuring out what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm just kind of sitting here with this. It feels really bright because I'm in this bright cube. So I'm in all this light, but I'm just kind of just sitting here.
The cube in and of itself also has consciousness, so you can speak to the cube and ask what its purpose is.
I did, and I got to make you see. I'm going to make you see.
Wonderful. Are you ready to see?
Yes.
Let's find out what the cube wants you to see.
So it feels like I shot out into space.
Wonderful. Let's follow
Like
that.
as soon as I said yes, it was like I just flew.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I flew to space. So I'm in space.
You're about in your 12th chakra, and that's wonderful.
I'm flying. I feel like I'm flying. It feels like I can't tell if I'm holding the cube or if it's still on my head. I can't tell. I feel like both. It's flashing both. Like one image, it's on my head, and the next image, it's in my hand. It's in my left hand. Like I'm holding it like
Really close to you?
yeah. So I'm just like floating in space. It's dark, it's black, but I can see starlights everywhere. And I'm looking at a planet, and I'm thinking of the moon, but I'm not sure if that's the planet, but it's saying moon. So I think it's the moon, but it's like I'm outside of it, and I'm just kind of floating in space. I'm just floating, and I see a planet right in front of me, and I think it's the moon.
This will be a wonderful time to speak to your subconscious. Can I speak to your subconscious today?
Yes.
That is wonderful. I respect the power of the subconscious because I know that the subconscious takes care of Tamika's body and does a very good job of it. I also know that the subconscious has the records of everything that's ever happened to Tamika in this lifetime and all the other lifetimes that she's ever lived. So I respect the power of the subconscious, and I always ask for permission before speaking to it and asking questions. Tamika has come in today with lots of questions. Will you be happy to answer her questions today?
Yes, and as you said that, I have 3 cubes now.
Wonderful.
I have 1 cube on my head, and I'm holding both of the cubes close to me on each side. And I'm still in the same spot. I'm still floating. Everything's still the same. I just see darkness, and I see the starlights, and I see the moon, and I think I see one more planet in my peripheral, and I'm getting the feeling that it's Earth.
But that is what?
That it's Earth.
That it's Earth. Okay, wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful. Well, we want to find out why you're seeing geometry. So, of all of the lifetimes that the subconscious could have showed to Mika today, why did you show her the one with the house and the man?
She needs to see it.
Yes. Why?
That emptiness is a reflection of something. My mom. I'm thinking about my mom now. Mm-hmm. And I actually just saw, it looks like an angel just flew up. But it's like, the wings almost look like a bird's wings. Mm-hmm. So it almost looks like half bird and half angel. Like, I get the impression that it's a female.
Let's call her over so we can talk to her.
Okay, so it's flying to me, and now it's just right in front of me, floating with me. It looks like a bird's face. The only thing I can make out in the face is I see like a beak, like a bird's beak, like a long beak. Mm-hmm. So it's a white dress. It's a pretty white dress. This creature looks angelic. So it almost looks like from the waist down it's a human, because the dress, the clothes is like human clothes, and I see the feet. The feet are not very attractive feet. They almost look like caveman feet. So it's like bird wings. They're big bird wings. It's a pretty white dress, but with caveman feet, and the face looks like a bird with a long beak. It's weird.
And from this perspective, the knowledge that this being has can be shared with you.
So I just saw the arms. It looks like the being just opened its arms up to match its wings. So it's like the arms are like matching the wings now. So now it's like, it looks like the bird is like, extending its arms along with the wings. Mm-hmm. And we're just floating.
Our posture means something.
And it's like it's asking, do you want to follow me? It's like it's giving me a choice. It's like, do you want to do this? Do you want to follow me?
You always have a choice. Would you like to?
I don't know why I got no. My initial thought was no. But I think it's just because the being looks weird. So I do want to follow it anyway.
Let's do it.
So I'm like on the being's back. So it's flying, and I'm like sitting on its back, almost like I'm not flying anymore. I'm just like, I'm sitting Indian style. I'm sitting Indian style on the being. So we're flying. It seems like we left the darkness, and now it's like we're flying back to Earth, it seems like. And now we came down to a place where there's all this water. It's like waterfalls. It's really pretty. It's like waterfalls that are kind of like stairs where the waterfalls just keep going. They keep sloping down and they keep going to the point where I can't even see where it ends. As I look far out, I just keep seeing it sloping down, and the water is just steady flowing. It's very pretty, clear water. The waterfalls look like they're made out of, it's like stone. So it's stone that the water is falling on.
Mm-hmm.
So it seems like we are just in a place where there's all this grass and there's this water, and that's it. And I feel like we're in a bubble. So it feels like we're in a big bubble, and the only thing in this bubble is grass and waterfalls, and the waterfalls just keep going. And I'm finding myself walking over to the waterfalls, and I just picked up some water, and I drank a little bit, like, in my hands. So now I'm just like, I'm standing up, and the creature is standing next to me, and we're just kind of standing here. It's like we're just
So she has a name?
I got Alta.
Alta.
Alta? That's what I'm getting, is Alta. Like
Ask who she
ALTA.
is. Okay, and who is she? Alta, who are you to me?
She said your guide.
Oh, that's your guy. Alta.
I also got Atlantean. That came up somewhere.
Okay. Well, let's ask Alta.
She said, yes, I'm Alta.
Wonderful. So, Alta is your guide and has always been with you. And Alta is with you visually now, and you can ask her whatever questions you want. She knows you inside and out. Alta knows your soul.
She's comforting me. She's like, she's got like her hand around me, similar to what the guy that I saw did. Like, she's kind of like patting my shoulder, like, yeah, like, you're okay, like
This is happening. Yeah, you could ask her who the other guy was. Who's the guy that looked like Santa Claus?
She said father.
Okay. It was a father from another lifetime.
So she took my hand and we're walking, and now we're sitting in the grass, and so we're sitting Indian style, and she's like, like we're right in front of each other, like to the point where like our knees are touching, and now I'm noticing she still has that like bird face with like the long beak, but she's starting to appear more human-like because I can feel her knees, so I know that she has knees. It seems like maybe her feet changed.
Mm-hmm.
They don't really seem like cavemanish anymore. They seem more feminine. She's definitely feminine. So now we're sitting down, and our knees are touching, and she's like, she put her hand out, like both of her hands out, and she's like, put your hands in my hands. So now she has her hands out, like palm facing forward, and my palms are down.
Can I speak to Alta?
Over her palms. Yes.
Alta. You are welcome here, Alta. Tamika's come forward today with lots of questions, and I know she is absolutely thrilled to finally get you in her mind's eye. Welcome.
She said thank you.
So, Alta, Tamika has some questions about her mom, about her biological mom. What can you tell her today?
I got rape as soon as you said it. Like when you finished the sentence, rape. And I think she's saying she was raped.
Okay.
And she's touching my shoulders like she's consoling me, like she feels like this won't be easy for me to hear.
Okay. Are you ready to hear it?
Yes.
Alta, let us have it. It's time. So that she can put this aside and move on with her life.
I don't want to trust this.
You have a choice. You don't have to.
She's saying that she was raped by her father. And I don't want to believe it. I don't believe it.
You have to let the belief systems go for a little while and just hear the story. Get the whole story and then you can decide what to believe later, okay?
I'm picturing my grandma, her mother. I'm picturing that grandma.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like Alta is saying that my grandma let it happen. And now I have a vision of my grandmother's face, and it's like I'm seeing her old apartment, and it's really dingy and dirty, and there's roaches all over. It feels disgusting. And it's like my grandma is sitting there like she knows something's happening, but it's like she's just like in space, like she's sitting there like she's just disassociating with it. She's just like she's just out of it, like she's just sitting there like a robot. She's just there. And I think my mom is being raped in the room and the door's closed. So I just kind of felt like I came back to Alta, and I'm back, like the vision went away, and now I'm back in front of her, and she has her hands on my shoulders, like she has both hands on my shoulders, and I almost feel like she has, okay, I understand. I felt like she had, like her wings are on me, but it's like her arms are connected to her wings, so when she touches me with her hands, it's like her wings enclose me in because her hands are connected to them.
Yeah.
So her wings are a little bit longer than her human arms.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like when she touches me, it's like she's like her wings are all the way around me. When she touches me, it's like she's enclosed me with her wings.
When does this come for you?
It does. And she's saying, it's okay. She's saying, it's okay. And she's saying, you have to trust it. She's saying, you have to trust this, Tamika.
Alta, can we bring Rita forward? Can we call Rita, please?
So I seen a vision of my mom's face when you said that. I did see a vision. I can't figure out if she showed up or if it's in my head. I can't tell. Like, we're still sitting here. She's still wrapped around me. But it's like my mom popped up, but then I don't know if she's really there or if that's the vision. But it almost seems like my mom is right next to us now, but a hologram, like almost like she's like a like a hologram, like a technology hologram. It's like she's flat. It's like she's a flat image, like a holographic image. She's not really there. Now I can see clearly.
Okay.
She's a flat holograph.
Okay. So you see an image of her.
Yeah.
Let's ask Alta, where's her spirit?
I got us. That's when you said that. That's what I got. Us, like maybe in the U.S. or us, something with U.S.
Ask Alta, has she been reborn?
She said yes.
So that's why she's not here. Okay, that makes perfect sense. Are you okay with that?
Yes.
Wonderful. So is there anything else that Tamika really needs to know about her mom?
I just got, your mom loved you to death. And she is so sorry. And she really wanted to see you before she died. And she was so sad before she died because she didn't get to see you. And she's very sorry. And she loves you to death. That's what I'm getting, is that she was really, really sad and guilty before she died because she didn't want me to be abandoned. She didn't want me to feel abandoned. And now I had a vision of my mom in the hospital bed. And it's like she's laying in the hospital bed, and so now I feel like I'm there, and I'm standing next to her in the hospital bed, and I'm looking at her, but I don't think she knows I'm there. So I'm looking at her, and she's laying in bed, and she's just looking up at the ceiling, and she's just like kind of like how my grandma was. She's just like there.
And you can give her comfort from this perspective. You can put your hand over her hand and just send her waves of love.
So I touched her hair, and it seems like she looked at me when I touched her, almost as if now she realizes I'm there, and she smiled. And I can see like her teeth are not, she doesn't have like a full set of teeth, like, a lot of the teeth are missing, but I'm rubbing her hair, and I'm standing over her, and she's smiling.
And what would you say to her, knowing that she's going to transition soon?
I said, I forgive you, Mom. And I said, I'm going to let it go. I'm going to let it go, Mom. And I forgive you, and I love you. And I'm saying, I just wish I knew you. I'm saying that I just want to know who you are. Because, so I can know myself. Because I want to see myself in you. I want to know if I'm like you. So I just wanted to know who you are, Mom. But I forgive you. So I lost her. It was like, when I just said I forgive you, it was like everything went away, and I fell back to where I was with Alta.
Let's ask Alta. Alta, can you give us some perspective on why she was using drugs? What was she struggling with?
So I'm still getting rape. I heard the word rape. When you asked Alta, I just heard rape. And I'm hearing shame. She was ashamed.
Okay.
And I'm hearing that she felt lonely.
Yeah. It's a lot. So,
And now I'm back in front of Alta again, and She has her arms around me again. And this time it's almost like she wants me to like put my head up to hers, and almost like we're praying or something. Like she wants me to put my head down with her.
It's like matching third eyes together, kind of. I think just to strengthen your communication there, maybe. Well, let's ask Alta that, we understand what's happened with your mom, and you've forgiven her, and we put that in its place. And the relationship that you have with Rita, Alta, Tamika's feeling like she's not really quite bonded, or like there's some things that need to be said. Can you give her some clarity on that?
I got the word evil.
Okay.
Before you finish the sentence, I got the word evil.
And why is that? Did they have lifetimes together
She's
before?
evil. And I don't want to believe it. So I'm kind of shaking my head. Like, while we're kneeling, I'm shaking my head like, no, my mom's not evil.
Well, let's just ask her just to help us understand. That word has a lot of things attached to it.
So we're back at the house. And again, I can't tell if we've completely went, because it's like I'm having visions of us being in the place with the waterfall, but then I'm also feeling like we are back at the house. So I can't tell if it's a vision or if I'm there. But it's like we're back at originally where I was, in the front of the house, looking at the house.
Okay.
We're back there.
Okay.
And we're just...
And was Alta's at a different time, in a different place?
Yes.
Okay. And was Rita part of that past life?
Yes.
Okay. Let's understand what happened in that past life so we can understand what's happening now.
So now I'm having a vision of... It's like I see a witch. And it looks like an evil witch. She's ugly. She has a long nose. She looks like a witch that I've seen I've seen this witch like on a movie or something. She has like a long nose and she's ugly, and she's sitting on that red leather sofa. I don't think we're in there. I think we're still outside, but I'm seeing this vision. It's almost like we're looking on the inside, but we're not in there.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like she's sitting on the couch. There's no one with her.
On that round red couch?
Yeah, but it's like now there's a globe on the couch.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like she's like moving her hands over the globe like she's casting a spell, and she's looking at the globe, and she's ugly. She's really ugly. And she's just like moving her hands over the globe like she's casting a spell. She has a black hat on, a black witch hat. Her clothes are like raggedy. She has on like black, almost like a black dress, but it just looks raggedy. She looks like a witch that I've seen, like I've seen it on a movie or a show or something. Like, it looks familiar. She looks like a familiar witch.
Mm-hmm. And ask Alta, what is she doing? What type of spell is she casting?
So I got lonely. That word popped out. I got lonely. I got loneliness. So I think Alta is telling me that she's casting loneliness spells. I think, because that's what I'm getting is like loneliness.
And what's the purpose of casting loneliness spells?
What popped in my head was that she's lonely and she wants people to feel like her, because she doesn't feel like it's fair.
Okay.
She doesn't feel like it's fair that she has to be a lonely witch. So she's casting these loneliness spells with this globe. It almost seems like she looked over at us, like, and we jumped back to where we were. So it almost seems like when I when I got that, it was like she looked over really fast at us. And it was almost like her eyes were like daggers. Like you could feel the energy. Like I could see the energy. Like she looked and I could see the energy, and it almost feels like that's what blasted us back. Like we ended up just, so now we're back. And I can still see visions of her. I still see her. It's almost like she's looking, like she's still looking to see if we're there now. And I can still see that energy coming out of her eyes. It's like it pierced through the house, and it's sitting at that spot that we were, but we're not there, so we're just looking down on it because we're not there anymore.
Mm-hmm. So what role did you play in the witch's life?
I got daughter.
Okay.
I got son too. I got daughter and son. I got daughter first and then son.
And who was the man?
I got LeVar.
From this lifetime?
I just heard source. I don't know what it means. I got source. I don't know if that's the name or I got source.
Okay. So the father figure in the house, you felt the father figure. Was he the cause of the loneliness? I'm not sure why she's lonely if there was a husband and children there.
I heard no one, but I feel like I'm struggling. I feel like I'm struggling to keep up with the vision. I feel like I'm struggling to keep the image in my mind.
You don't have to struggle. No, you just take a deep breath and just let it come to you. The information that's important.
Don't force it.
Exactly, don't force it. There's no need to. It's always inside you. It's always there. I'm just here for understanding.
So I did hear the father did it.
The father did what?
Loneliness.
And did she take that
She's
loneliness
crying.
with her to the grave?
Yes.
And how did that affect her incarnation here?
I got evil. She's evil.
Is she still lonely?
Yes.
Looks like she's carrying a lot of baggage from another lifetime.
Yes. She's always lonely. That's what I just heard. She's always lonely. She can't escape it. She can't escape her loneliness.
Very interesting. And then Tamika has another relative who's very close to her, Geraldine.
I heard love. As soon as you said her name, I heard love.
Wonderful.
I heard she wanted you. She really wanted you. And your mom stole you. This one. Your mom took you before she could take you. Because she really wanted you. And I heard love again. So I feel like Alta is saying that my mom stole me before my Aunt Geraldine could get me, because my Aunt Geraldine had pure intentions for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I heard evil again. I heard she's evil again.
It's like Rita just wanted you to satisfy her loneliness.
Yes.
What about the puppy? Booby?
Booby. it's like Booby showed up and he's wagging his tail and he's next to us and it's like he's really excited. He's wagging his tail. It's like he's happy to see me, like he missed me, but he kind of like, it's like he knows that we're in the middle of something important, so he's not, it's like he's just sitting off to the side, just wagging his tail. He's just waiting. He's just like,
he's important too.
He's just waiting for me to notice.
Has he been in Tamika's life before this lifetime?
Yes.
When?
Son.
So at one point the dog was human.
Yes.
Can you give Tamika more information about that?
I heard white son. You love him. She said you love him. That's why you love him so much.
It's wonderful.
Yeah, I'm not getting much else, but I feel like she's telling me he was your son.
What more do you need? That's beautiful. So, I want to ask about LeVar and the diagnosis of
I heard
schizophrenia.
drugs. As soon as you said his name, I heard drugs.
Tell me about it. The prescription or street?
No, street.
Okay. Is that what's happening?
Someone laced. I think she's saying someone laced him.
Leased him?
Someone laced him.
Ah. Early on?
So I'm picturing like an apartment. It's kind of the same where it's like, I don't know if it's a vision or if I'm there, but I'm picturing an apartment. It's empty. I've been in this apartment. I remember when he moved in this apartment. So I'm in the apartment, it's empty, and he's smoking. And I just see him, he's kind of he's kind of like just jumping all over the room. He just looks kind of like a demon. Like he's just like, he's flipping all over the room. He just like, it's like a possessed demon, it seems like. Like he's not even, it even seems like he's shape-shifting, like he's not even staying his human shape. It's like he's just slithering and like popping all over the place. It seems demonic.
What's the cause?
Drugs.
Okay. And that's behind the diagnosis?
Yes.
Is there anything that Tamika can do to assist him?
Love. I heard love.
Wonderful. Can you do that? Can you love him through this?
Yes.
Wonderful.
Treat him the same. Love and treat him the same.
And what about Tamika's father? He also passed away. Can she commune with him today?
So when you said father, it was like I fell back to where we were. But this time it felt like I really fell. Like I really hit the ground, like I fell, like boom. And I'm like kind of laying on the ground like, wow, that was a big fall.
Was it a big shock when he passed in his life?
Yes. So I'm getting up and I'm walking back over to Alta and I'm sitting back with her. So I have my legs Indian crossed again. My knees are to her knees again, and she's wrapped her wings around me again.
Feel free to ask her about your father.
I got, he loved you. I got, he didn't know.
What didn't he know?
How to love you.
Does he have any messages for Tamika now?
I got, I love you. I got, I'm here for you. You're going to be okay. I'm still with you. I'm in this room with you. And now he's on the side of us. I don't know if he's really there.
He's here.
Yeah, I can see him.
Mm-hmm.
And he's smiling. And I'm just so happy to see him.
We're all smiling. We're all smiling. Is there anything else you want to say to your dad?
Just, I love you. He's tall. He's tall. And I have to like reach up and he's bending down to hug me and he's like, you're short. I feel really good.
Is there anything else that you need to do to deal with his passing?
I said, Dad, I'm sorry because I spent all my life judging you and I never loved you. I never let myself love you because I spent my life judging the kind of father that you were, and I felt like you were supposed to be a certain way. You were supposed to call me more. You were supposed to know more about me. You treated me like a friend. But I'm still sorry, Dad, because I never appreciated you. I never appreciated your personality. I was just too busy judging you. And when you passed, that was when I started to appreciate who you were. And it was too late. So I'm sorry, Dad. I do love you, Dad, and I think you're really cool. Now that I'm not looking at you from judgmental eyes, you're really special. You're a one-of-a-kind type of person, and you are a good person.
You felt that release? Can we look into the future just a little bit?
Yes.
What about the school? You're going to school for psychology.
I feel like I'm still hugging my dad.
Okay.
It's like I don't want to let him go. Like I didn't want to move on. It's like I don't want to let him go. I won't stop hugging him. And I feel like I know that I need to stop. I know that our moment is over, but I don't want it to be over.
But you can have other moments with him. You can call upon him whenever you want. He's always here for you. He's just changed form. That's all. But that change helps you to get in touch with your intuition and helps you to be who you really are.
I don't want to let him go.
He's always with you.
He's like to me, I gotta go. It's okay.
Because it is. Tell him how much you love him.
I really love you, Dad, and I never want to let you go. I just want to restart with you. I just don't. So I'm going to let you go, Dad.
He loves you so tremendously. Don't ever doubt that. As part of your awakening, you understand how judgment keeps people apart now, don't you?